A message from the management. Eating and drinking while viewing these videos is not advised. Please be aware you do so at your own risk. Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Why are we back down there again? Time for comments. I had it set to where I'd finished the last time, and now it's gone all the way down to the bottom again. There we go. Lily! Sorry, I've just had something to eat. I think I got something stuck in my teeth. She's so moronic, she probably thought she was going to be eaten by the lizard. Wouldn't surprise me. MJ Brownlee. She has lizard skin, so the lizard was trying to be friends. Exactly, probably thought it was his mom. Pardon me. Lily, you know what we should all do? Something I've been doing. Click on Janice's videos and watch it for a few minutes and click out. But I watch all of yours in their entirety. The reason I do this is for the YouTube algorithm, so that her minions get your videos as a recommendation and watch it. So eventually they'll see who Janice really is. Hope this has made sense. Does it do that with the algorithm? Sorry, I've been sat on my leg. I have no idea how the algorithm works. Although I am beginning to see people saying, this was recommended to me. And it's like, cool, a YouTube recommended me now. Yip, yip. Debbie Doo, those pink jeans look like clown pants. I don't get it. The blue jeans with the huge legs look horrible. I know, she's going through her I love you Caroline phase, isn't she? The vixen, isn't she though, Elizabeth? Put on a red lip and do your hair and it's amazing who you can entrap. Elizabeth, why didn't she tell him she's a YouTube beggar? Shame on you, Slender, a good Christian woman like yourself. I'm sure he went back and saw that she was on there and was like, oh hell no. If it even happened at all. Ninjet, that's a cool name. You are just picking at every little thing she does. People that normally do that have nothing really going on in their lives, so they criticise others. Right. So I'm picking on her being evil to Bella. I'm picking on her being horrible to Pom Pom. I'm picking on her for telling people they should have their faces ripped off by pit bull dogs. I'm picking at her because she wishes people dead. Shall I continue? Do you know anything about her? 83 this year, vibe on. You've got a thing with people being 20 years older than they say, haven't you, Elizabeth? So many interviews and never a job. The amount of phlegm she has, she must be secretly smoking. The job is as a pole dancer in a seedy hotel. If she doesn't get that, there's an opening for a bouncer, and many feel it's a better fit. That in between doing the long distance lorry driving. Use a toe. That's what it looks like to me. It's TOA, I know. Thanks. Flips hair like that, like a 15-year-old. She fancies herself as a celebrity. She looks like a painted up 250-pound floozy. It was the hair flipping that got me as well. Who does that at that age? Catcher, he dodged a bullet there, didn't he though? Catcher, Jules, you pronounce my name perfectly. Yay! I got one at least. Thank you. We are loving these comments videos. I'm glad you are. It's cool. Elizabeth, about as intuitive as a rhino. I dare say a rhino would be more intuitive. Elizabeth, an all-day eater more like... Exactly. Who's she trying to kid? I couldn't finish 2 hamburger patties. Whatever. Dream on. Baller Man, she tells a story like Lisa D1. Never in a million years would I let some strange guy I just met in a mall walk me to my car. No way. See, I was thinking that was very nice of him, you know, take her, and because it's outside, it's public, there's no way he could shove her in a boot and drive off with her. That someone had noticed. So if he's going to carry the parcels and she can't carry them, then fair enough. But if she can't, then why was she going to pick them up? Deb Gordon, needless to say, he never got in touch with her. She never even mentioned it again. Jules, you read her like a book. Thank you. Funny that, how he never got in touch. Oh, I gave him the wrong email. Yeah, of course you did. Whatever. Jane, yes to TT's Wrench song. I think I might re-record it because it wasn't great the last time and put it up. I just had a mad 5 minutes and I thought it was really funny. Absolutely, says Elizabeth. Definitely, I don't think I've heard it. Her eye makeup aged her another 25 years, doesn't it though, Nancy? It's that big brown stick thing she puts on and whatever. It's like, really? Have you not heard it, Peg? Right, I will put it up then for those of you that asked. Jane, I forgot for a minute how obnoxious this one is. Her voice induces migraine. She eats several blocks of cheese like a chocolate bar. Her going through that makeup drives me nuts. She's so heavy-handed and rough with everything. I know! It's like when she's eating, it's like she's trying to kill whatever's in the bowl. And that rummaging in that thing, it fucking irritates the life out of me. Banging and crashing in it. Hannah, why is her video such bad quality? I don't know. I don't know if it was her end, my end, or what the hell was going on. And then the sound was all fudged up, so I went and checked. I did all sorts of watching videos and looking at this and fiddling with that, and then I found out that it was actually Windows that's reduced the volume. So I went to Windows and turned it up. So this is probably louder than it has been, but we'll get it sorted again. But I'm not sure if it was her video or mine. Sorry. Sandpiper Lane. Glenda, you hussy. Summer. Hang on. Summers McHugh. Is that right? Summers McHugh? Anyway. She has to be kidding. What 45-year-old man is taking out a 72-year-old woman? I know. Oh, he thought I was in my 50s. Rebecca B. If he thought she was wealthy, yes. A wealthy one in search of a sugar mama. Could have been. And a hot, young, virile man. Paddy One Shoe. Deep. A young man in need of money. Yeah. I don't see how. Why if he really was, if he really existed, if this thing actually happened, there's no way you'd see a 45-year-old man as a 52-year-old. Linda, I would call the jewellery interchangeable versus modular. Exactly. It's all about the numbers with these sponsors. A sale is a sale. They do not care if the seller lays on the street naked as long as it generates profits for the company. I know, but it shouldn't be like that. That's what annoys me. When there's people, when there's people on YouTube that do perfect work. They look into the companies, they research everything, they know the history, they can pronounce everything, they do a wonderful job, and they get pushed over for the likes of her just because she's got a load of idiots that will buy whatever she mentions. Lisa is the queen of judging and picking on anyone. Can we talk about the woman who was a cam girl so she could pay her monthly bills? Exactly. Lisa hates her family. It's rather clear to hear. Why does she call the Valentino YSL? I think she put it on the screen though. DSW sells a knockoff that is a dead ringer for the Valentino. Yeah, I remember when she ran her off. Her and her friends. Oh, but she'd never do anything like that. Why is that not working? There we go. She's back though, making videos. If you know who it is, Linda, she makes slime now. And she does the odd video on here again. Church of POS. I think you're in your 50s. Did he forget to bring his guide dog with him? And his white stick. Linda. Yeah, something normal all fucked up. I know what it actually means, but it's just a snafu. It's the way she says it. Oh, a little snafu. It's her, not what it is. It's her that annoys me saying it. Linda, I thought she had a white Chanel bag. So did I. And did she not start by saying crossbody was out? Sorry for all my comments. Don't apologise. I totally get it. If you're watching something and you think, oh, I'll do that as a comment. and then something else pops up later and you're like, oh, I'll add that. I don't mind, I really don't, because that's how I am. I have to do it as I think of it, otherwise I forget. This video's ticking me off. Gotta say one more thing. The damn lizard thought Lisa was a potential mate. Oh dear. Mitz Tackett. Of course he reminded her of her ex Zeus. Non-existent. Thanks, Jules. Yeah, they're both figments, aren't they? Jules, absolutely the most jealous woman on YouTube. Laughing my arse off. Lol, 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 lol. And so are your subscribers. Such sad people. And thinking that Lisa should donate her money to the homeless. Oh my god, what a bunch of clowns. Anyways, very entertaining just to read the stupid comments on here. Oh, well, I know what sort of person you are if you don't think people should give to charity. Fuck you, Maria. You know being jealous of Lisa is the same as being jealous of an alcoholic or a drug addict. But she sure is entertaining, lol. Thank you, LPH. Peg, it's so funny she thinks she's a keto expert. I know, after being on keto for 2 minutes. Peg, what's with these YouTubers teaching us how to boil eggs? I know, I don't get it. Have they only just learnt or something? I've got a new skill. Nobody knows how to do this. Peg, I don't think chicken in a can is considered whole foods. It just sounds rank to me. Do people actually eat that? I mean, tuna in a can's one thing, but chicken? Bird Boys Gram, your giggles and snorts crack me up. The only way to react to Mel. Thank you very much. Transfer essence. Holy shit, delusional. I don't know if you mean me or her, but I hope you mean her. Run for your lives. When you use the word fuckwit, it cracks me up every time. Going to have to use it. You use it in good health. Have fun. I'm giving everyone my bad habits. Maya Lightseeker. I've only watched her with you, Jules, but this story, I'm not buying it. Never happened. That's what I was thinking, Maya. Nancy Barrett. She's a man-eater. Boys, watch out. She's going to get you. Whoa, here she comes. First off, she's a known liar, just saying. There's videos to prove it, and a well-known e-beggar. If anyone knows what kind of filter she's using, please share. They're absolutely amazing. So much so, if it wasn't for the voice, I'd never believe it's actually her. She's unbelievable, just like her filters. They're amazing, aren't they, them filter things? Nancy, if you're interested in a good video, look up the one where she complains. Skip that, they're all like that. It's like Party at Jill's with in the last couple of years and Glenda feeling no pain. It's a good one. Do you know the title, or can you throw me a link? Because I wouldn't know where to start looking, because I know absolutely nothing about her, Nancy. Tammy, she thinks she's an authority about keto and cooking. I know, it's hysterical. My mum couldn't boil water, and Lardy's not far behind. Amanda Hall, there are distinct similarities with Janice. This could be her in 20 years. I know, they're all the same. Put them in the same. Her, Janice, Laurie, Cynthia. They're all the same. Bonnie, such an odd duck. I love that saying. Whack. Simply Matt. Wow, Lardar, she was so deprived as a kid, wasn't she though? She had a terrible life, Matt. We should all feel sorry for her, really. Boo the bee, lol. There's not much else to say, really, is there? 23, I was going to say 23 Fidela, 234 Della, whatever. I was looking up some stats on eating red meat and bacon. Very bad. Even in small occasional consumption is not that good. So the amount Lisa eats means she's at very high risk of getting colon cancer or other cancers. Thing is, though, you have regular checks for that, so if something was happening, they'd catch it quickly, wouldn't they? Whereas here in the UK, nothing gets done until you're showing signs. So, mind you, no, I'm lying. I did get sent a thing a couple of months ago to check for colon cancer, but I have raging IBS, so there's no way I could do the test. Wendy, laugh my arse off. I saw this already, but much more fun here. Thank you. If he was so on the ball, why on God's green earth would he be hitting this Merle person? Anyway, it's always like some bullshit story with some excuses and some clickbait and some other stupid reason why it doesn't escape the rest of us that that he could potentially be one of those guys looking to be set up by an old established woman of means, except this one doesn't have any means. Hence she's looking for sweet gifts from others, and she just got a dose of her own wiles. Lol. Sweet gifts sound familiar. Very, Wendy. See, I swear there's Narc school, or they get given Narc 101, a book of things to do when they're born, and they all use the same phrases, the same excuses. It's just so weird. Bonnie, most definitely put the video up with Tato. Potato? Tay-Tay. It was that song I did about Tay-Tay and her wrench, Bonnie. What the heck kind of diet is she on? First she talks about keto, then whole foods. Now I'm totally confused. What she was saying was she's not going to make recipes with substitutes in to make a low carb version of something. She's just going to eat the whole food, like a vegetable or a piece of meat or something like that. Not processed foods. But of course she can't tell anything straight. Wendy, didn't watch, but great balls of fire. Could you have found a worse profile thumbnail? I think you hit the jackpot of ugly profile pics of the fake and plastic Melissa, always hiding her true self. Filters must have shut off by accident. This whole Miami thing is too much. Is she auditioning for the Real Housewives of Miami? What the fuck connection does she have with Miami? Firstly, it's mostly Latino and Latina. Second, there are safer places in Florida to go. She must have something up her sleeve, like a sponsorship. That's all I will say. Also, that pout is poofier today. Must be post-syringe time. It's all weird. Very, very weird. Judy Whittlesey. Serial killers start out like that. I'm rolling. It's true, though. They do. Pardon me, people. He probably doesn't realise that he's the one who dodged a bullet. Then again, maybe when he found her criminal records, he lost her info and celebrated alone with champagne. He did dodge one, though, didn't he? Susan. This video came up in my feed after watching one of Lisa's. Wow, you should be ashamed of yourself. So you are literally making videos of others and just insulting them. You make fun of the way she talks, yet you curse every other word. You need therapy, madam. This is awful. I didn't realise people made these kind of videos. Yeah, exactly, Hannah. Yawn. Panda! Lisa has been the topic of chat rooms and videos for many years. Lisa's lack of emotional maturity, lying, and as of late her disrespect for long-time subscribers, referring to them as those people on her Patreon channel. Have a nice day. User quote. Airport outfits. How ridiculous. Do you know what I did yesterday? I went on Pinterest and I typed in airport outfits, and there are pages and pages and pages and pages of it. It's like, really? Are we the only normal people on the planet? Avalon dreaming. And she's not retired either, because she never worked a job long enough to retire from. She lives off her ex-husband's pension and social security. I love the way she... Yeah. I'm saying nothing. Angie. All I heard from her was yada yada. That's like me with Lisa. All I hear, mama, 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 mama. And I'm like, what did I miss? I've put up a video showing the Bimbo Bingo t-shirt that was made for Lisa, if anyone's interested. Let's go, Brandon. She's writing everything off that she shows in her video and is doing the same thing with her trip expenses. She's truly disgusting. I'm sorry, I just think it's really unfair that the more you have, the more you make, and the fact that she can write stuff off like that when people doing a normal job, they don't get to do that. They have to pay all their taxes. They don't get to write off travel expenses to and from work, shoe wear, do you know what I mean? Clothing. But why do these people? It's not right. Catcher. I really enjoyed Baby Reindeer. So did I. It was hard in the middle bit. You'll know what I'm talking about. I found that really, really hard. But such a cool program, and everything's hit the fan here in the UK. Just type it into YouTube, you'll see. She went. The real Martha went and did an interview with Piers Morgan. It's insane. The whole thing is insane. On another note, who in the world gets on an airplane, books a hotel to go shopping at Zara? I know. Fucking insane, totally. K-Pops, that's a nice name. I'm so late to this, but I have to comment. I see so many news reports on UK weather and front page news about the heat wave with temperatures in 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a heat wave. It's seriously funny as we complain that's too cold over here in Australia. You live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I'd never cope in Australia, apart from all the creepy things and weirdy things that are hiding around corners to kill you. The heat, no, I couldn't do it. I cannot imagine considering those temperatures as qualifying as summer. The upper end, sure, but the lower, no. It's horrible. 80 degrees in this room is a killer. I watched that haul trip video she did and I felt ill. I saw a heading that she spent 15,000 on that trip, but my estimate would be much higher than that. The trip seemed so utterly depressing and boring. Shopping all day, eating at the same restaurant, walking around in nighties and flip-flops, looking terrible with all that rangy hair. Rangy? Anyway, hair hanging all over. Desperate to be young again. She'll learn at some point she will not escape age, and it's not that far off. She will look in the mirror. It's the end. Yeah, but she'll just pay to have everything nipped and tucked. Debbles, haven't seen you in ages. Lardy, you are what you eat. Just take a look in the mirror. You've spent your YouTube career trying to convince us that you're the holy grail on everything and fail miserably every time. Sort yourself out mentally before trying to achieve perfection, otherwise you're wasting your time. Well said. Elizabeth, dear management, I didn't take the message seriously and I almost choked on my olive stone listening to comments. See, we try and warn you. What happens? P.S. Monet is the name for a UTI here in Jordan. Oh dear. So it won't help with John or Lisa One's loser's hair loss. Can you imagine? It's like, what was it? Somebody used the wrong tube. And what did they do? They brushed their teeth with Anusol or something. Nancy Barrett. Maybe she's going to return the shoes or sell them. No, not until she's had a go in them, she won't. It's ludicrous. If she'd ordered them from Zara and whatever, could show them, take a picture and send them back, fair enough. But she's bought these from high-end shops, apparently, and she likes having designer things to show off in. Angela O'Keefe. Does she keep all her purchases or does she show them and return them? That's the $64,000 question. She keeps a hell of a lot of stuff because people say she can't keep most. Yeah, she does, because I know. I've seen my mum do it. It's mine. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. So, but there is stuff she sends back. But what she tends to do is keep it, wear it a couple of times, take photos in it, and then bless somebody with it, like her cleaning ladies or whatever, or she takes it to a, what do you call them shops you've got in America? I don't know what they are, but it's not a thrift shop, it's a step up from a thrift shop. She'll take stuff there. But if you ever look when she shows a closet, you can see she's got 8 closets, so she's got plenty of room for all that shite. Nancy, is her 2 children John's, and what does John do for a living? She's living extra large. Yes, they're both John's, and she was married, then got divorced. Then her aunt did a blind date with her and John. He was 10 years older than her. He'd been married and was divorced with no kids. And she said she wanted to be a stay-at-home mum, this, that and the other, and if he agreed she'd marry him, so they got married. He was in IT at GE, whatever, is it General Electric? And he's retired now. Susan, Heidi, y'all. Howdy, y'all. What's that? Well, hello, where's the pictures? I'm sure there's a joke in there and I'm just not getting it about a cowboy. Deep, Glenda is a lunatic. I'm starting to see that. YouTube creator. I know! Who has the fucking cheek to say, I'm a content creator? No, you're not! Sorry. I got my finger stuck in a hole. That's not YouTube creating, is it? Jean. This is a prime example of her bullshit made up stories made for content and views. Notice that flicking of the hair is a way of drawing attention to her narcissistic self. Exactly. There is no 45-year-old Walmart guy, like there was never a Zeus. Liar and scammer is all she has to get views. Looking that way. My Mimi, did Laurie quit YouTube? Wigging out. There are two theories. One that she quit and the other that is that YouTube took her posting video privilege away. I believe it's option 2. It could very well be. She was gone for a year. She came back. She deleted all her videos. Then she left one up, and I think that's so her channel doesn't get closed completely. But she's going around posting nasty comments here and there on people's videos. So she's about, but she's just not recording. Plus she privated her Instagram as well. Cynthia, so am I to understand that Lisa really did give her female child a boob job while she was still a teenager? I'm horrified by this woman if it's true. Yeah, it was her 18th birthday present. I love a little purple heart. Thank you, Peg. Amanda. Yes, my icon is my dog. It's the portrait I did of him. Oh! You need to drop me a thing. Where do you sell them? What do people do? Like they send you a picture of their pet and you'll paint it? Come on, people. Send me your links and I'll do a thing. I'll do a video and then we can keep adding to it as and when people have somewhere where you can buy their stuff. And then what I'll do is I'll have it linked on the exposed page. So like it's the first thing people see when they come here, and hopefully you'll get new things. Unless you don't want to be connected with this channel, which I totally understand. Dolly Rocker. Hi Jules, just watched your video. I definitely think, honestly, there's something missing in Lisa's life. It's probably she's not happy in her marriage. I bet John don't give her the attention she really wants. He doesn't travel with her. She goes shopping on her own. I think she's massively lonely. A massively lonely and sad old woman. It's sad to watch. She should sort out her problem instead of trying to overbuy crap to take her mind off the real reason. I know, Faye. I totally agree. She needs therapy. I've said it all along, but everyone says I'm mean. I'm not. The woman's not happy and she needs to get something sorted. Cat Mama. Oh, thank you very much for your kind words. You're very welcome. And like I said, if you want to email me anytime, feel free. I'm sorry you lost your kitty too. It was a few years back now, but it cut like a knife. I know how you're feeling. My girl was my world, but she's with my husband now. That's it, they're keeping each other company and watching over you. How people follow Lisa, I will never understand. She cares about no one but herself and put her cats in the garage. That's sickening. Oh, but she's such a sweet southern lady. The Nikki, where did she learn these valuable life skills? I really do not think that she is capable of doing anything except making excuses for spending ridiculous amounts of money on stuff that she doesn't even need. Who is she trying to impress? Or kid, exactly. Obviously has no concept on reality regarding life in general. Sad. But she thinks she knows everything. She thinks she's so clever. Peg. How to be a mum advice from none other than Mother of the Year narcissist Lisa done one. I know, aren't we all queuing up for it? Girl, this is a load. I don't know what... None of it made any fucking sense to me. She's going on about how she's got deep thoughts and she can give life things, and then she can't drive up a hill. What the fuck? Run for your lives. She's just an authority on everything. How I'd love to be a fly on the wall to hear what really goes on. Yeah, and it's nothing like she says it is. Right. These people that believe all they see and hear online. Shocking. Shit is usually going on behind the scenes. Ain't it though? Whoop. Peg. Get the feeling she Googled what to talk to my daughter about on a 6-hour road trip. What to wear while I talk to my daughter on a 6-hour road trip. Oh, that's probably more true than any of us will know. I'm sure she did. Then practice in front of a mirror. Yep, Elizabeth. MJ Brownlee. Well, for sure she Googled what to wear on my... Oh, we're also on the same page, aren't we? It's like, who hasn't had them conversations with their kids way before 24? Elizabeth, where are her clothes? Where are her clothes? Admire about you. Are you kidding us? Loser, D1. Thought you had bonded over giving her implants. Letting her wear makeup in school and later to using her to steam your clothes. Certainly wouldn't want you as a mama. Made the best out of my life, though I lacked parenting. Thick as a plank. Exactly. She pissed off how many people? Oh, every child needs a mama. What about children that grow up with just a dad or grandparents or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Hang on, I'm going to have a drink. Oh, that hit. Sorry. Oh, that was really tart. MJ Brownlee. So Lisa goes on a trip by herself, then a trip with Brooke, then John goes on a trip to play golf. Where does Wheel go? Hopefully not in the garage with the cats. Oh, poor Wheel. I want to go and save him. Will's probably in charge of staying home and buying subs for Lisa's channel. Yeah, he's probably chained to his desk doing all the replies. I really love you, Lisa. That lipstick looks amazing. Elizabeth. Jules, honey, you know I love you, but girl, please remember it's Wormwood. And she's 64. I'm going to write it down on a sticky note and put it in the corner of the screen. What she means is buy a classic pet. Jules, wake up. What was all that about? I like cat things and dog things and... What? I totally lost it there. 210. What a wonderful opportunity for Brooke.
For Brooke. And a lot of you tell me that one of the things that you admire about me is that I still...
One of the things you guys tell me that you admire about me... Why is it a wonderful opportunity? Why hasn't Brooke been at a family wedding or a get-together or whatever before 24? What the heck is a wedding a perfect opportunity for your daughter? I know, I don't get it. Does she mean there would be YouTubers there and Brooke could mingle with them? And then what, Lisa? Brooke has to do the work on her own. Didn't she have a YouTube channel? She never put the work in. Exactly. I don't know what she... look at these people. They've made it big on YouTube. Maybe if you put the work in, you would. Who knows? Madison Payne is a YouTuber. She does paid content for Walmart. Sorry, Dennerborough, I'm lost now. And another purple heart. Thank you, Peg. Oh boy, this should be something. It was, and I wish I hadn't seen it. I'd rather have stuck needles in my eyes. Susan, she's been listening to podcasts and now thinks she's an expert on raising kids. Everything coming out of her mouth is scripted, isn't it? She does that, listens to podcasts or does something on Skillshare, which is like a really naff basic MVQ type thing, and then she thinks she's a oracle. And it's like, really? Go and sit down. Cat Mama, I sure hope her daughter doesn't follow in her footsteps, but it's starting to look as if she already has. I think the lips were done. There's more to life than being a complete narcissist. If only they could be cured. Wouldn't that be cool? If you could give them a tablet and they weren't a narc. Lifestyle with Taylor. She had a one-night stand, didn't she? She had a one-night stand, didn't she? I'm rolling. But it was just the way she said, I feel so ashamed of myself. It's like, what did you do? Ooh, child. Has Lisa seen Brooke's Instagram? Having a mama didn't seem to help her much. She's so insulting about kids whose mothers passed away. Are they just screwed? Exactly. Lisa, I've seen you pretend to be a lot of crazy things, but the perfect mama might be the top of the hypocrisy for even you. I know. And her low self-esteem and need to be admired on her looks is only proof of that. Exactly. And it's like, she was saying, I don't like crowds, I get overwhelmed, da-da-da-da-da. But when it came to Brooke, it was like, suck it up, what's wrong with you? Typical narc. Tenebarum. Taking pictures of people sleeping is so damn intrusive, isn't it? It's creepy, unless they're babies. So long story short, she took an NC road trip in a luxurious vehicle to a posh wedding where she didn't have to worry about getting time off to attend. She makes it sound like she climbed Mount Everest without oxygen. That is so true. Grown-ass people, Lisa. She's not a little girl anymore. I agree, people deserve privacy sleeping. She hasn't a clue. Posting children's photos on a YouTube channel, shameless. I've got one picture of Madam sleeping because it was the one and only time that she'd got under the covers. When she was Diddy and she was in a cot, she used to take all the bedding off and the covers off and throw it out of the cot and pick the mattress up and go to sleep on the boards underneath with the mattress over her head. And it was like, then when she moved up to her bed, she would never stay under the covers. And this one night, I think there was thunder, so I'd gone up and she had her hands like that over her ears and she was under the covers and she looked so cute, I couldn't help it. Laugh my arse off. How did she compare a hotel to dogs and cats digging holes? I know, I said to Jed afterwards when I took a break there, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Is it me? Have I lost the plot? I had no clue what was going on. She must be out of masculine energy and full of the usual shit. MJ Brownlee, Brooke lost weight and she's doing better. Geez, I think it's called growing up. You should grow up too, old lady of 50 plus years. 60 plus according to Elizabeth. Clara. I'm calling you Clara. I've been sitting here waiting since I saw her post this video like, oh boy, she's going to have a field day with this one. The level of detachment to reality Lisa has just climbs and climbs. When you think it can't get any worse, here comes Lisa. Hold my beer, which with a new level of batshit crazy. What planet is she on lately? I don't know. Karen Brown, my thoughts exactly. Couldn't wait for Jules' video on this. Thank you, ladies. Bonnie, oh my gosh, her son has something wrong with his jaw and she hasn't had it fixed. Hopefully there's more to that story than we know. I enjoyed hearing everyone's opinion, but Jules, you nailed it at the end. You can't educate, or as hubby would say, fix stupid. A video popped up on my feed. It was about a man that lived in a one-room apartment that took the majority of his money, only ate one meal a day that was applied by welfare, and he's without family or friends. It was one of the saddest things, and I know there are many living like this. I wish Lisa would watch this. Thing is though, Bonnie, even if she did, even if you tied her to a chair and fucking stapled her eyes open and made her sit and look at it, it wouldn't affect her. And that's hard to comprehend, but it's true. I've watched it with my mum. The one and only time my mum cried was when she was watching a low loader taking her car away because it had been written off by the insurance. Not when her mother died, not when anything else happened. And she got upset when they shot horses at the Grand National. That upsets me too. But she had a thing about horses, and that was it. If she heard a sad story about a horse, and when they took her car away, they don't have a heart. They just have a lump of coal. I'm 51. My daughter is going to be 33. We talk for hours. We laugh. We disagree. We lean on each other, etc. Never once did I think to make a list and tell everyone how I do it and that I did it. Have mercy. I hate the internet. Girly Tang, maybe I missed something, but when did she qualify to counsel people on parenting, etc.? You didn't miss anything. She knows her life, her children, her upbringing. What serves her may not apply to others, or even be healthy for that matter. Families have unique dynamics, and one family system is not necessarily a metric for others. She may be well intended, but comes across as very presumptuous. Best to speak for herself and not represent herself as an authority or the ideal to others or dictate what they should do. Yeah, that's what you'd think, but she's a narc. So she thinks she knows everything and that we know nothing, and she needs to tell us how to live our lives. Rosalia, wow. That was a long, exhausting video by the empty-headed moron. That blue dress she wore to the wedding was cut too low. Not elegant nor respectful for a wedding. Exactly. Notice how she dresses when she's not with John. Very revealing, low cut, boobs popping out, attention from other men. Why does she crave so much attention from other men? That's a question that a therapist would have fun with, don't you think? Maya, I'm very close to my daughter, always have been. She's 39 now. I've never had to bond or write down things to remember to say. That's just weird. I'm also close to my adult twin sons. Jules, I know you know that sons have a special place in your heart, just like our daughters. I'd probably bore everyone to death gushing over them all if I had a YouTube channel, lol. Barely mentioning Will is so bizarre to me. I'm afraid he's the scapegoat and Brooke's the golden child in her narcissistic home. Exactly. I really do feel sorry for Will. I really do. Lisa's got a kick to it. It's a horrible thing to say, but I often thought, one day when Will hits 18 or whatever, that John will just scoop him off and disappear in the night, and they'll go off and have fun with computers somewhere. But Girly Tang, I think the whole masculine feminine energy spiel is to pander to people that she offended by her stance on traditional gender roles. I don't know, it's a thing she's read or listened to somewhere and she's running with it. I don't see how this shit is even more offensive. I think so too, And it's like, I have to switch to my masculine energy to drive the car and my feminine energy to talk to my daughter and what? If you have to think that that's what you're doing and change gears in your head, then you're fucked. I'm sorry. Jane, I have a very strong relationship with all my adult children and their spouses. My brother also. It's quite normal. Yes, some people don't get on with a sibling sometimes. Dumb fuck is ridiculous. Anyone who takes any sort of advice from, I'm not saying it twice, needs more than advice. Therapy, maybe? Exactly, I think she does need therapy, Jane. I showed Jed your hairdo picture and he was like, wow. And I'm like, I know, I want hair like that. Why can't I have hair? Taking notes. 1. Tell them stories about them as young kids. 2. Take photos without them knowing while eating, sleeping, etc. Then show them on the internet. 3. Tell them that you love their dad. 4. Pretend to like the current boyfriend. Exactly. 5. Be a horrible example of self-image, so she'll be miserable unless she looks perfect. 6. Ignore partying or dangerous behaviour and don't lecture. 7. Teach her stupid shit like masculine energy to be independent and feminine energy as an excuse when you don't want to be. 8. Take her to a wedding at 24. Teach them to speak to other adults. Did I miss anything? No, I don't think so. Holy fuck, who did she get all the energy caveman thinking from? I don't know. She's read something somewhere and it's triggered something in that stupid little head of hers, and off she ran. Mama says simple is as simple does. She is simple on a cellular level, genetic level clearly. Sorry, cellular genetic level clearly. It's all just bollocks, isn't it? LPH. Oh boy, imagine taking a parent advice from her. Who would take parenting advice from her? Really? Who? Jane. That's it. Ginger straps. I have no one. Who gives a dog a ginger snap anyway? And then he buried it in with her little chihuahua hand. I swear, she's insane. MJ Brownlee. Right. 22:58. Lisa contradicted herself. Shall we see?
And then it ruined the rest of the day. She has a negative vibe. She doesn't feel good about herself, doesn't feel like going anywhere, and I can relate because I've been there. So it's not a superficial thing that if you don't feel good in your skin, to figure out what it is, get to feeling good in your skin, and you will make better decisions. So
if you're thin, you'll make better decisions, basically. Constantly contradicting herself. She said Brooke would wear an outfit that would ruin the whole day and Brooke would have had a bad attitude all day. Then your mothering skills didn't work. Did she learn that behaviour from you, mummy dear? Why would Brooke act up if she has such a perfect upbringing, like a perfect mom and grandma? Shut up, please. You give yourself away. It's embarrassing. I know, 1 minute it's all wonderful, the next minute it isn't. She doesn't know what she's fucking saying, does she? Lisa doesn't want to know about Brooke's relationship, personal things. Okay, wow, what a good mum. Not. But Brooke has to listen to her talk about John. How safe are your kids when you're off on shopping trips and he's off golfing and Wheeler's stuck at home? So safe. They don't leave Wheeler on his own though, do they? Do they? No, he was there with Wheel when she was away with Brooke. Anyway. Trisha, seriously, who is this woman to be giving parenting advice? Like you said, plenty of women grow up without a mother figure, and very well. She's not qualified to be giving this type of advice to anyone. Her subscribers should realise this. And why hasn't her number of subscribers gone down yet? It sort of blipped. It went down and bounced right back up again, Trisha. MJ Brownlee, intrigued by vitamins. What the hell? I know! Intrigued. Vitamins are an essential part of life. I'm glad that's intriguing to some. I guess not for the blow-up doll that is Lisa. She makes fun of John and his vitamins. She thinks he's stupid. Cool pictures of the hallway. Jules, I'm deceased. But what was the point of that? Who takes pictures of a hallway? Exactly, it was a creepy hallway picture, Peg. I was waiting for the little Omen kid to come riding on his bike. She just gets more strange by the day. Hilarious, doesn't she, though? What? And she never even said why she took the picture. Oh, look, a hall. I haven't got one of them. Talking of which, you know how you get recommended things? I was going all over the place last night watching people I'd never watched. And there was this woman, and she went, oh, I'll show you how my basement's coming along. And she went down, so it was fucking huge. And I wrote, your basement's bigger than my entire house. And then 2 seconds later, she went, oh, and this is my recording room. I make the most out of my house. It's not that big. What? You'd never cope in mine then. Cynthia, so this trip is to attend a wedding. It should be about sharing the joy of the couple. I think she only attended because the bride has 715,000 followers. Isn't that the truth? What a daughter needs is to have a mother who does not present herself like a cheap streetwalker. Healthy parents want a better life for their children, and who in Hades doesn't think something is going on with a child who cries every day starting at preschool? Lisa could not even read the needs of her own daughter. Exactly, she did nothing about it. And it's like, if John forgot to wave, I'd call him and he'd have to come back. Really? Really? Why have you not sat your baby daughter down and explained? They've already waved to you at the back door. They can't wave to you there because they're watching where they're going in the car. Maya Lightseeker, yes, you're right. If a child is crying that much for that many years, wouldn't it seem like it's more than just not liking school? But I guess the great mum Lisa didn't know or nurture that part of Brooke either. Suck it up. Ain't that the truth? MJ Brownlee, are Lisa's life lessons more like common sense? Really, she had to teach Brooke to charge the car before returning it. Either Brooke is stupid or Lisa is. I'm thinking the older mummy is. Yeah, it's Lisa. Here's a life lesson. Really. Katnian. Lisa doesn't realise that her words are no precious pearls of wisdom, and that an average teenager has more life experience than her and could teach her life lessons. So true. Jane, the 23-year-old daughter sounds like a nightmare. I'm a 61-year-old woman. I don't need any advice from a narcissistic addict with several mental illnesses and eating disorders. You are the last person on the planet to give advice. I'm not saying it. Baller Man, why does she always have to have her boobs on display? It is constant. Because she has to look sexy. Cynthia, she needs to read the book Quiet. Lisa is in no way an introvert. She's a narc. The cat and dog thing. Oh my God. Frankly, I'm surprised she went to this wedding, as it looks like the bride's channel is really about how to do cheap, and Lisa cannot get too close to cheap, or people might see her for what she is. Her daughter seems like she's already too far gone. She sees her value in the outer shell. Lisa sounds like she hated her children. Why is she telling private things about her child? Oh, views, silly me. But that's the thing, it's like, oh, she's lost weight, she's lost 13 pounds, and she feels so much better about herself. Really? You're going to plaster that on the internet? And as I said in the video, she didn't need to lose weight. There was nothing wrong with her. MJ Brownlee. She said Brooke mingled with Marnie. Marnie already seemed stuck up. I imagine she was thanking Jesus that her sons are college educated and they will never cross their paths with the like of uneducated Brooke and her money-hungry, uneducated mama, Lisa. MJ Brownlee. I don't want to brag, but my daughter, who's 1 year younger than Brooke, has always loved school. She couldn't wait to start big girl school. She loved it every year. Teachers would always compliment me on her helpfulness and kindness towards everyone from elementary, helping in the lunchroom, to high school, helping mentor elementary kids and volunteering for Head Start toddler program. She is now a big girl, using Lisa lingo, and works in medical sales. I thought you were going to say she was a teacher. I feel so bad for Brooke because the way Lisa was talking seems Lisa wants her to know people with money, not to work for it on her own. Doesn't it sound like that? Congratulations to your daughter. Miss Gracie Macy. Lisa, Ding Dong Dumbo 1, does not want to hear anything going on with Brooke because it'll interfere with her shopaholic shopping sprees and she would actually have to play the mother role. The thing is with narcs, my mum was the same. Oh, my Julie did this, my Julie did that, my Julie did the other. When she's got something to brag about, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. Behind closed doors, I'm getting ashtrays thrown at my head and getting dragged around the room by my hair, but people don't see that. And then outside, oh, your mum's so lovely, she always remembers my birthday. Yeah, shame. She doesn't remember mine, but whatever. So people see this act she puts on and they think she's wonderful, and it's like, no, as soon as that camera goes off, See, that's why she could only last from 6 till 9 or whatever it was at the wedding, pretending to be what she isn't. Then she had to go and lie down because she couldn't cope anymore. Melanie. She's obviously taken a course on masculine and feminine energy and got it confused with 1950s housewives. Honestly, this whole video makes me cringe and offends me on so many levels. I'm an introvert. Bah. She doesn't like crowds because she's not the centre of attention. Note to self, Google classic cat, dog, with things. What was she talking about? Cynthia, oh my god, she will never last on Patreon if this is the kind of verbal shite that comprises deep thoughts in her shallow head. It also sounds like she doesn't have talks with her kid. Earphones, naps, topics that Lisa D doesn't want to hear about, like parties or drug use or sex. No kid ever needed to talk about what these challenges or situations are all about, right? Right, so she doesn't want to talk about sex. Oh, apparently she said, no, there was 3 things I can't help you with. A DUI, getting pregnant and something else. So she has given her the birth control talk. Because I was going to say, surely she did the sex talk. But that's it now. She's not talking about anything anymore. But she likes to show her sexy all the time. This woman. Miss Gracie Macy. Anyone else think those photos of Melissa's, aka Lisa's kids, sleeping was creepy and cringy? She looks like she's wearing a dirty, dingy, crusty mop on top of her brainless head. Yeah, when they're babies, yeah, you take a couple of pictures of them when they're sleeping, because it's like, oh, they've stopped crying for 35 seconds. Don't they look angelic? Let's take a picture. But when they're Brooke's age, no. Going around taking pictures of your 24-year-old daughter asleep in the back of the car. Zoe. So the woman who buys hundreds of thousands of dollars in expensive clothes and handbags wears a cheap dress and carries a cheap handbag. Got it. I know. I do not understand what goes on in her head. Cynthia, oh my god, again, Lisa is abusive. She tells them how much they've improved, which tells them they were not enough. No wonder her kids are the way they are. Who the fuck tells them to suck it up? Maya, wow, I didn't expect to hear that. Lisa just said she never realised Brooke had strong feelings and never nurtured that part of her, and instead would just tell Brooke to suck it up. And what's your problem? How sad. I'm sure Will was given the same treatment too, and yet she's bragging what a great mom she's always been. Typical narcissist. Yep. Cynthia, I also understand why there's no discussion about the murdered aunt. The aunt's ex mentioned that the murdered woman was hanging with a questionable group of folks. Lisa can't be tainted by those people. And always taking pics of children sleeping because they're like angels in that state. What the fuck does that mean? Again, it's always the look, not the person. Isn't that true? Oh, she needs so much therapy. She likely talks about regrets, such as wearing the green dress when she was 6 instead of the pink one. That would be a thing, wouldn't it? Is there anything that you feel bad about in your life, Lisa? Yeah, I should have worn the pink dress. Kimberly, someone please tell Lisa that her daughter is an adult and can carry a conversation with other adults. Zoe, as a Pisces like Brooke is, thank God I didn't have an insensitive mother like Lisa. It's no wonder she was in therapy. I actually feel bad for Brooke. When Brooke moved out, I thought, great. She'll move to there, then she'll move to there, and then she'll fuck off further afield. But no, Lisa couldn't let her do that. She grabbed her back. Oh, you can work for me, Brooke. Wigging out. She never did keto. And she also said that she went vegan for health purposes, but we all know she did it because Shawnee was on it. Exactly. And the day they moved, she went by their place to see they had left, and then she went and got a huge cheeseburger. It's funny that she always researching what things are and picking and choosing what she wants to believe and doesn't. Big fat woman who failed at gastric bypass giving dietary tips. I know, it's quite sad really, isn't it? Mizanzu, Jules is really over Lisa in this video. Too funny. I'm over Lisa, full stop. I'm only doing it because you lot want to watch it. Maya Lightseeker, I think she took Brooke on the wedding trip for the sole purpose of making this video to show to everyone her amazing mothering skills. Pathetic. Poor Brooke. And that's the thing, it's that Brooke wanted to go to bed too. I bet she didn't. I bet she had no choice. I bet Brooke wanted to stay downstairs and have some fun and dance and whatever. But no. I'm going to bed, Brooke. Don't you think you should go too? We've got a long drive tomorrow. I know exactly what she did to her, guilt tripped her into it. Because if you stay up and I'm asleep, then when you come in you'll wake me and I won't be able to drive. Cynthia, Will probably doesn't want people to think he's with Lisa at the pool. Exactly. Grew up with 4 brothers. They would never not go to the pool and watch the other kids, but they went with other kids, not our mama. Sorry, what? They would never not go to the pool and watch the other kids. But they went with other kids, not... Right. It's my head, not yours, don't worry. Christine, when she was giving a tour of the new home before they moved in, she said she was going to put a bed upstairs because John snores. I bet she's removed that part of the video now. She may have, but she doesn't need the bed upstairs now because Brooke moved out. Will moved from his room to Brooke's room. So Will's room is the snoring room now. So that's where she boots John to if he's snoring. Julie, she makes no sense at all. I agree with you. She jumped from explaining this big, beautiful, historic resort to her dog digging a hole. I think she's stoned. God, she's bad enough sober. Can you imagine her stoned? The woman makes no sense. And again, this is what people are paying her £25 per month for on Patreon to listen to. Sorry, I buggered that up, but you know what I mean. She really thinks that she sounds so deep, but in reality she's so very shallow. Like I've said, I've seen deeper puddles. Christine, can you see this happening between a normal husband and wife? I can't believe for a minute that she's making the money that she's spending. So what has she done to earn it throughout their lives? John has always cooked or they went out. She's always had a housekeeper. She sewed a few purses back in the day and that's about it. The bottom has to fall out at some time. John is not insane. He's got to put his foot down at some point. I'm still waiting for John to put his foot down. It has to come, but I've been waiting and waiting. Maya, so we go with our daughter to a wedding, and when the real fun and dancing begins, they want to go to bed. Exactly! So all we went there for was to show off our outfits, I assume. How boring. And take pictures. And show off our lips, our boobs and lip combos. But exactly, who goes to bed when the fun starts? Really? Unless she had her up at 5 o'clock in the morning and she was shattered, I can't see why they needed to go to bed at 9:30. She could have let Brooke party, but no. Katnian, I really wish for Brooke to get out or at least leave frequently. Maybe visiting Will somewhere because he's getting out. I have a feeling. Just think about Lisa getting freaked out in her 50s about a lizard that we've all seen no matter where we live. Lisa is just clueless. Carolina, I'm building strong daughter-mother relationships by taking my 12-year-old to the orthodontist every month so she can avoid this painful progenitor surgery in the future. Poor Will. By the way, the dress at the wedding was very inappropriate. No wonder she felt uncomfortable and went to bed early. Thing was, I do remember her back in the day. That was all she'd ever say. I'm taking the kids to the dentist. I'm taking the kids to the dentist. I'm taking the kids to the dentist. So you'd think back then they would have sorted out that for Will, but... Maya Lightseeker, is it just me, or does her face change when she talks about how close John and Will are at the end of the video? She also looks mad. Exactly. How very dare they be close to each other when she isn't? Maddie, feminine energy. I know, it's all bollocks, isn't it? Joe. Well then, there's my answer. I did everything wrong as a mother to my son and daughter. My goodness, the list, though. We just sort of winged it when we talked to each other. and we were such a Griswold family that on summer family vacations my kids were fighting in the back seat before we got out of our driveway completely. Lisa makes me sick. Love you, Jules. Love you too. She's clueless though. She doesn't know what a real family is. She said, if anyone's wondering, it was a special offer from Iceland and it's blue slush, if anyone remembers. And it's like without the ice and a straw, it really kicks when you take a mouthful. She was saying her kids were screaming in her first video. They weren't screaming, you could barely hear them. And it's like, can you imagine if she had normal children that ran around in the house with muddy shoes and slammed doors and screamed and shouted? She'd have been a nervous wreck. Maddie, I was waiting to hear she spent glorious wonderful childhood down at the crick, lol, catching minnows. What the actual hell? She's lived in a complete bubble. She's got no clue, none. Then there's Brooke speaking to adults. Will the excitement ever stop? I know. Beguile, she jumps around more than the guys in a House of Pain video. Oh, so true. But what was she talking about? Who knows? Peg, I'm sure her paying viewers want to know how her cats eat. Ain't that the truth? Ooh. Cool picture of the hallway. It wasn't even cropped correctly. Now, can somebody please tell me why this is held for review? Is it deceased? I don't get it. Makes no sense. They hold the stupidest of things in that folder, and then they let... Why isn't it not? Then they let all sorts appear. Oh! See? This is the problem I have with YouTube. It's Peg. Oh wow, there's been loads while I've been doing this. Holy moly! Bonnie, I've tried. I can't keep my mouth shut. What right does she have to tell how to be the perfect parent? I've never had to make a list to talk to my children. I agree that you really can't be a best friend when they're growing up, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Most children go through a stage where they think their parents were born under a rock, but that always passes. I talk to my children every day. I definitely don't agree with most of her parenting skills. Oh my gosh. I can tell I could go on a long rant, but I will stop. There are so many things wrong with this video. I totally agree with you, Bonnie. It's just a joke, isn't it? She doesn't know how to talk to anyone. That's the problem. Shining, the hallway. Jules, you kill me. What the fuck? But it does though, doesn't it, Lauren? It looks like the Shining thing. Bonnie, it's a fantastic shirt. I hope everyone will get one. I don't know how many times it has been washed and it's still in great shape. I didn't want to use your name, Bonnie, in case you didn't want people to know. But Bonnie bought a t-shirt. So did somebody else. But I'm not really sure who they are. So if you want to say who you are, you can. And let us know how yours arrived and how you like it. And thank you to our model as well, Bonnie. Lily, she's close to her parents and John because they're the only souls on this earth that tolerate her. Does she really consider herself a great mother? She had to write down things to talk to her daughter about. What the hell? So what has she been doing for the last 24 years in terms of being a mum and guiding her daughter? Fuck all, basically, Lily. Nothing. Lauren, Jules, I will pay you to watch this bullshit. We need to make a collection. We can do that. I was just saying wait until at least month 2 when there's a decent amount of stuff on there, just in case she twigs and boots me off. So we at least get 2 months worth. I've got a visitor. I'll catch you all in a bit. What? You stand there in the door like I'm not allowed to come in. Come in. Be back in a minute. And we're back. Jules, I will pay to watch this bullshit. We need to make a collection. Yeah, that's where I was. We'll sort this out, but if we wait until month 2, until there's a decent amount of stuff there, unless you all want me to do it now. I really don't want to pay her $25 though, that's the thing. It's a joke. Lily, she doesn't watch TV unless she's watching one of her own videos. Self-centered narc. Yep. Or she's watching a program she's interested in, like Palm Royale. We have those moments that we're talking and all of those things. Man, she's so deep and so close with her daughter. It's clear, isn't it though? She doesn't know what to talk about with her. Lily, sounds like her daughter was a real brat and she had no control over her. Yep, let's give her Mother of the Year award. Shake my head. Sharon, she gets things by having John do it. I can't stand her feminine energy bullshit. Chuck! Spoiler alert, she's never heard from him again, if he was even real, and not just another daydream of hers. A quick scan of her YouTube titles would have put him off the trail right away, wouldn't it though? That's like everyone's been saying, if he existed at all. Patriot Angel, Jules, you're priceless. Well, thank you very much. Susan, Lord, Lisa is so full of shit, isn't she? Isn't she? Lily, I really think Janice went on Ozempic to lose all her weight. There's no way freaking carnivore diet will make middle-aged women this unhealthy looking thin. She probably recommended to her daughter as well. Also, I'm pretty sure she had liposuction or skin removal after she lost weight. I remember watching her 3 or so years ago when she had lost her weight and she was showing her stomach and she clearly had rolls of extra skin which have magically disappeared now. Funny you should say that, Lily, because I said, didn't I? If I had those rolls and I wasn't eating, I'd say fuck it and eat cake, and now the rolls are gone. She clearly doesn't know what REM sleep is. Moron. She doesn't know what anything is. She had obligations, i.e. stalk women on Pinterest to decide what outfit to wear on the drive back home. Dear Caroline. Hi Jules, I can't tell you enough how funny you are when reacting to her. Thank you. I get a laugh every video, so thank you for your videos and humour. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. You too, Caroline. Thank you very much. Is it Carolinen? Anyway. I'm crap with names. You all know that now, don't you? Susan, here's Lisa, the sheep, that she's a lion. Telling the sheep that she's a lion. Yeah. Poor John had to come back because he forgot to wave to Brooke, and if she was throwing a fit, she was throwing a fit. If my daughter did that, I'd leave her by the door and totally ignore her little tantrum. She has to learn that she's not going to get her way every time. Brooke learned at an early age that all she had to do is yell, scream and stomp her little feet, and Mama and Daddy would cave like a house of cards. Exactly. No consequences for her actions, no structure to her day, no rules, no nothing. It's like, because that's how she was brought up. My mama never hit me. Texas Space Mom. She must be so proud of her pot-smoking, boob-enhanced, butt-picture-taking daughter with nothing beyond a high school diploma and being an entrepreneur. Emotional intelligence is not a strong suit in this family. Are people really paying this twit $25? Sadly they are. Is she going to make the same video about Wheel? Yeah, I know. She never mentions Wheel. I'm a photographer and I think most people take plenty of pics. Thank goodness she told us. Cripes, I can't even with this woman. She's really trying her weight to be her best. That is so gross. She talks from a very privileged point of view. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Oh, I like to take pictures when they're not looking. Yeah, most of us do, fuckwit. Cat Mama, how to stay in your feminine energy. Oh my goodness. I just love that as she's starting to look more and more like a drag queen. What does she mean, our feminine energy? Are we supposed to look like June Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver, wearing a dress with an apron while cooking and cleaning? People are paying $25 a month to watch this. My cat had more braids. Sharon, she's an absolute nut. What about the people bringing up the kids as single parents? Exactly. That hallway, I laughed because I thought about the thinking. Maybe you went to put the shine in and spell checks turned it into something else. And poor children of hers with her value, they're so skewed. Use a toe. The giveaway is the title. Little story. The giveaway is this. Look, yeah, it is a story. It's not the truth. Tammy, she's such a bullshitter, isn't she though? Sarah, I commented on her video. It appalled me that she's proud of her daughter for losing weight. It did me too. That's all she could think of to be proud of her for. Bonnie, what a load of malarkey, isn't it though? Susan, yes, we all saw the imprint of Lisa's foot on the sole of her shoe, even though she quickly tried to hide it. I thought I did, thank you. But she had the gall to make fun of a lady in the elevator for the same thing. Her hypocrisy is mind-blowing. Christine, I've just used up all my masculine energy while I was out catching minnows. I'm now about to deplete my feminine energy by taking a bath and going to bed. Oh, does she ever say anything positive to Brooke about her childhood? It's all about what a brat she was, what a handful, the tantrums, all the negative comments that she got from teachers, etc. Brooke has been told this in videos all the time. It must be very discouraging to hear this from your mama over and over again. If she cried every day, then perhaps she needed professional therapy. That's what I would have done as a mother. No wonder she cried all the time. Julia Lyons, what does her cats have to do with charging people $25 to listen to her talk about feminine energy? This woman gets off topic constantly. I really don't see this Patreon lasting long unless the people listening to her are even more stupid than she is. Is that possible? Robin Spencer, first off, if Will is so intelligent, why isn't he in university? Probably because she won't let him go. They definitely can afford it, and at 20 years he would be halfway through. Cynthia, is her feminine energy showing her fake beach balls? Thank goodness she does not get out too often, because she gives out the wrong message about people. Women, mothers, daughters, marriages, creativity, beauty, brains. I could go on, but I'd rather say this woman, as Jill says. It just sort of sums it up. Susan, did anyone else feel stabby watching that drivel? All the way through, from the start to the finish. People are paying for this fool to listen to her self-talk. She's so damn impressed with herself for no reason. Unreal. Christine, didn't say a few videos back that bacon upset her tummy? She must have eaten 10 pounds of bacon since that video. Exactly. It's whatever suits the video though, isn't it? Now see? Lisa Ding Dong Dumbo 1 does not want to hear anything going on with Brooke because it will interfere with her shopaholic shopping. Right. She's so jealous of Brooke's youth. Brooke is partying it up with her boyfriend and girlfriend, something Lisa never did because she got married young, divorced, and then couldn't wait to put her hooks into John so he could take care of her forever. I don't know why these are there. It's stupid what they put in that folder. Christine, she must have gotten that list from Pinterest. Probably did. User TM, feminine energy doesn't go away when you have it. She is full of narcissism. Great work, Jules. Amanda in Australia. I'll try and remember Amanda, but I doubt I will. Why? Why did you... I just said... I just ticked it. Look, see? Clicking a tick. Approve. I give up with YouTube. I don't know what's going on. So, I've got to the end of this. Hoorah. Let's see if we can get away with this not being limited. Because every comments video I've done so far has been limited and I've had to wait for them to review it. If you've got to the end, thank you very much. And I will see you in the next one.